Hi guys, you're welcome to a very goofy tutorial. I am so excited, you guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Naya John. Today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful multifaceted top. For this handkerchief top or free top or bubble top, you can call it whatever you chose. For this top, you need about 1.5 yard because I use 1 yard and 13 inches. Yeah, 1 yard and 13 inches. That's what I use. So you can get to 1.5 or 2 yards if you want it to be full. First thing you need to do is to fold your fabric in a triangular form like this. Make sure one edge of the fabric meets the adjacent edge, and it will give you this triangle you can see on the floor. Yeah. So spreading this on the floor so you can see clearly how I folded my fabric. We'll be going to the table soon. Just wanted you to see this clearly on the floor. After you've done the first triangle, you're going to fold your triangle again by 2, giving you a smaller triangle. Now, once you've gotten this, the next thing to do is to start marking the neckline. I'm just trimming out the excess edges and trying to make the fabric so you equal. See that place where my hand is highlighting, that place we have folded, that's where we'll be marking our measurement. So the folded part of your triangle, that's where we'll be marking our measurements. Now you come to that folded area and we're going to mark our neckline. From the center of your folded fabric, mark 3 inches. So the wideness of this neck, we're going to be using 3 inches. So I'll mark 3 inches right there. After marking that 3 inches on the vertical line, which is also the width of the neck, we'll move in horizontally and we'll mark 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches, which will now become the depth of our neckline. The depth, I use 3.5. For the width, that's the wideness, I use 3 inches. I hope that's clear. Now, I'm simply going to connect from the depth to the width using my chalk. Yes, that's simple. On that vertical line, we'll mark our shoulder measurement. The shoulder I'm using for this top is 18. We'll divide 18 by 2. 18 divided by 2 will give us 9. And I'll mark 9 right there. So that's for the shoulder. Now from that shoulder line, we're going to go in by 10 inches and that will be our bust line. On that our bust line, we'll measure the measurement of our bust circumference. For this top, I'm using a bust circumference of 36. Divide by 4, that will give us 9. Now I'll add extra 2 inches because I want the top to be free, and that will give me 11, and I'll mark 11 right there. On repeat, go to your bust line, add 2 inches to whatever you have as your bust circumference, and then go ahead and mark it on that line. Now, to create that keyhole we had on both sides of the top, we'll come on that our bust line and then we'll extend it to making 4 inches. That 4 inches now, that's what we'll use to get the circle. On that 4 inches we just got, we're going to create a little circle round about that 4 inches. I hope that's correct. Please make sure your side hole starts under your bust because that will be the only seam this clothes will have. There's no other seam on this top, just that hole. Once you create that hole, then you're done. You're done with this top. So that place, I'm going to create a hole. While creating that circle, please make sure it is very tiny so that you don't have a very wide hole by the time you're done sewing, because the hole will expand after you're done stitching. Now, I'm going to move to cutting my neckline. Please note that before you cut out the neckline, first of all, divide that neck area into 2, separating the front from the back. Like you just see me do that area, split it into 2. Now, cut out on only the fabric on top. Yes, you can see what I'm doing, right? That's simply what you're going to do. So we're doing this because my neckline is actually a high neck, and you can see from that video that it's a high neck. If we cut out both front and back using that depth, it's going to be too wide. That's why I said you should cut out only the front, okay? So this one we just cut out now is the front. So by the time you're done, you should have something very similar to what we have on the screen. Now for the back, we're going to use a neck depth of 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch, but we'll still maintain the width of 3 inches. So for the back, the depth is 1.5 inches and then the width is still 3 inches. You can now see that the back is a little higher than the front. I've explained, but let me explain again. We are doing it this way because we do not want the neck to be wide. You can see that the neck we have on this top is a high neck and it's not a wide neck. Okay, now this is what you should have and your neckline is good to go. That's basically it for the neckline. We're not splitting anything again. We did it this way so that we wouldn't have to split the shoulders. Okay, I hope that's clear. Now we'll go ahead and cut out that circle. Cut out the circle, cut it open, because that's the only place we're going to be having seams. So don't forget, do not cut out your circle so big, except of course you want the hole to be big. You can cut it big. So that's it about the hole. Yeah, the hole is ready, and this is how our top is coming along. Please secure the center of this top with your pin so that it doesn't stress you out. Just pin that center so that the holes will maintain their stays. Okay. Now, don't worry, just relax, because I'm going to show you how you're going to put this top into a finished dress. So I'm just showing you how your clothes should look like when you're done cutting. Your holes should be holing. Your neckline should be necklining. Now pay good attention on your neckline. You can see that the front is deeper than the back. Now, to be able to wear this cloth without stress, because we made our neck a high neck and it's quite fitted on the neck, we're going to create a slit on the back of our neck. Just a very short slit, like 4 inches slit. Yeah, and we'll pipe it all the way. Then also we'll just create a channel that will allow for button, especially at that particular neckline, so that you can open the button to wear the clothes. So that slit on the neckline is just 5 inches. So you can open your back neckline with 5 inches. Now, this is how pretty this top is looking already. It is quite easy to make if you pay attention to details, okay? If you know you have issues with, or you were wondering how they achieve those circles you see on all of those I can fly boo dress, then you definitely should watch till the end of this video, because I'll show you how to create that. Moving on to the stitching, we're going to be starting with the neckline. We will be piping the neck round about. Now, if you do not know what piping means, you want to watch through, because that's what we're about to achieve. Piping is simply covering rough edges using strap piece of fabric. Alright, from the pieces you had left after cutting your made top, you get these tiny pieces of fabric about like 1.5 inches wide. We're going to pin them all about your neckline, all around the neckline, starting from that slit you have at the back all the way to the front. Now, after pinning up, you take it to the sewing machine and stitch around about those areas you pinned up. So I started with the back, the neckline of the back. I'm just joining that strap piece I cut out, and that is the process involved in piping a neckline. So by the time you're done stitching, this is how it should look. Now we're simply going to use the remaining part to cover up this rough seam. So I'll do that and this is how the back of the neckline is looking like. So we're going to repeat the same process for the front. If you did it right, then you should have something like this. So that's our neckline for the back is almost ready. This is the slit which I just piped. It looks really good. So for the front, I'm going to get that piece of fabric I want to use to pipe, and then I'll pin it round the neckline of the front, and I'll take it to sewing machine. Please pay attention because there's an information you need to know after stitching. Now for the piping, once you're done stitching, you join the piece to your neckline. You go ahead and cover it up like you see on the screen. You're going to cover it up. After the first folding, you fold again, and then you secure with the sewing machine, and that's how you pipe. You can see that extra 2.5 inches strap that's at the edge of my neckline. I'm simply going to fold it into two, and that will be where my button will be hooked. That will be my button loop. So this is the back neckline. So beautiful. You can see my button loop right there. So when you're done, the front neckline will definitely be deeper than the back. Yeah, so we're done with the neckline. Now let's move straight to closing the holes we created. Now this is the wrong part of our top, and that's where we'll start closing the holes from. Please pay close attention. It is quite easy if you pay attention. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is to lift the front, and then you're going to hold it together with the back piece that's on the side, right? Just follow what you see on the screen. Then you're going to pin up. Pin it because this place can be very tricky. You keep pinning up until you have successfully pinned up round about that area. After you've pinned up those both sides, you can see that it has already is beginning to form, right? That's two places we pinned up are already given inseam. Now to pin up the remaining part of the circle, we'll open the main cloth and you see where the remaining parts of the circle are. Then you simply secure with pin. Hold both the front and the back piece and then pin them all up. If you follow what you see on the screen, you're going to get exactly the same result. So after pinning up, you can see that it's already looking like we have stitched it. You can see, right? It's looking so clean. The next thing to do is to just take it to the sewing machine and close it up. This is a simple way to do this. When we use the sewing machine to stitch it, it will even be neater, like much more neater. So once you lift your clothes up, that pinning helps you to not make mistake. You see the circle. Just take it that way to your sewing machine. Now, if you follow the process I showed earlier, there's no way you're not achieving this right here. You can see that I've removed all the pins because I'm already done with stitching. So the circle is given neat and clean, but I'll still go round about that circle and give it a notch. That place we stitch, we're going to just notch round about the circle so that it will be very flat. I really just hope that you understand this, because a lot of people have come to me telling me, I don't know how they achieve this hole under this I can fly dress. I don't know. Now I've shown you guys, and I really hope this was helpful. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed. Go and subscribe. Thank you. It helps my channel grow. Now I'm done notching that circle and you can see how flat it is. I've not even ironed it though. Like, I'm yet to put electric iron on it. Now once you've done this hole, do the same for the other side of the hole and your top is ready. Then the last thing is to go around about the top. It's either you weave it or you fold it like you can fold it on your sewing machine. Now you see those hoops we have at the sides of our top. It could serve as belt holders. You can just use it as your belt holder and your top will also be pretty. This top, you can style it in various ways. Let me know in the comment section which of this styling you prefer and make sure you try this top out. Okay?